All right, let's talk about one of the biggest things happening in cycling right now. It's a movement that's kind of blowing up the old rulebook for what a bike ride is supposed to be. We're diving into gravel cycling. You see this right here? It's not road, it's not mountain. I mean, that just nails it, doesn't it? For so long, you were either a roadie or a mountain biker, that was it. But gravel is carving out this awesome new space right smack in the middle. So what is that middle ground, that sweet spot? Well, think of it like this. It's all about the freedom you find right where the pavement stops, but before you hit those super technical, gnarly mountain bike trails. It really is the best of both worlds. Okay, so here's the official take. You're basically taking the speed and the efficiency you get from a road bike, but you're unleashing it on way more than just pavement. We're talking dirt roads, forest tracks, you name it. It lets you get away from all the cars and really explore, but without lugging around a big, heavy mountain bike. Yeah, this lays it out perfectly. You've got road cycling over here, all about smooth pavement, aerodynamics, just pure speed. And then, way over on the other side, you've got mountain biking. Technical trails, big suspension, dodging rocks and roots. And gravel. Gravel is like the perfect love child of the two. It takes the speed from one and the toughness from the other. But here's what's so cool about this. This whole new trend, it's not actually new at all. Not really. It's more like we're coming full circle, back to the way cycling started. The past is literally becoming the future. Just look at this timeline, it tells the whole story. Way back in the day, late 1800s, pretty much every road was a gravel road. The first big races, they were just gut-busting slogs on terrible, unpaved surfaces. Then, for like 100 years, cycling just followed the pavement as we built better roads. But then, something shifted. In the 2000s, some riders in the American Midwest were like, hey, what about all those old dirt roads? And they started exploring again. That little spark turned into a global explosion in the 2020s, especially when we all got a serious itch to get outside and explore. Okay, so you can't just take any old bike out on these roads and expect it to work. Nope, this whole discipline needed a totally new kind of machine, a bike built specifically to do it all. Which brings up the big question, right? What in the world does a bike that can handle everything actually look like? So at a quick glance, yeah, it looks a lot like a road bike. It's got the drop handlebars, that familiar aggressive look, but the real magic is in the details. If you look closer, you start to see these subtle but super important changes that turn it into an all-road beast. Let's break this gravel machine down. Everything here is about being capable and comfortable, no matter where you are. The first thing you'll notice is the wider tires. That's for grip and to soak up all the bumps. The bike's frame, the geometry, is a bit more relaxed, so it's more stable on those really long days. Even the handlebars are different. They flare out at the bottom to give you more control when you're flying down a bumpy hill. And the gearing is often simpler, which just means it's more reliable when you're miles from a bike shop. And to give you some context on those tires, 35 to 50 millimeters is huge. A normal road bike might only fit a 25 or 28 millimeter tire. That extra volume, that extra air, that is the secret sauce. It's what gives you the comfort, the grip, and the confidence to just leave the pavement behind. It's really the heart and soul of a gravel bike. But, gravel isn't just about the bike. It's really about the mindset. The culture that's sprung up around this sport is just as important as the gear, and honestly, it's a huge part of why people love it so much. This quote absolutely nails it. See, in a lot of road racing, it can be pretty cutthroat. But in the gravel world, it's often more about the personal challenge, about finishing, about the shared experience. It's you against the course, not always you against the rider next to you. And this just shows you how wide-ranging the sport is. On one side, you've got these massive, chaotic events with thousands of people at the start line. And on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have the quiet, peaceful solitude of packing some bags on your bike and just heading out for a few days. Gravel's big enough to hold both of those souls. A really key part of the culture is this idea of self-reliance. At a lot of these events, there's no team car following you with snacks and spare wheels. Nope. You have to carry your own food, your own tools, and you have to know how to fix your own bike. And that creates this amazing spirit of community out on the trail, where riders are helping each other out because they know everybody is in it together. So you take that blend of adventure, community, and pure challenge, and it's no surprise that gravel has gone from this little niche hobby to a full-blown global phenomenon. It's pulling in everyone from weekend riders to the absolute best pro cyclists in the world. And this table right here shows you just how serious it's all gotten. I mean, it started with these grassroots events like Unbound back in 2006, and now Now there's an official UCI-sanctioned World Series and even a World Championship. The sport has a real, legitimate pro level now. So we've seen how gravel basically created its own soul by mixing the best parts of road and mountain biking and then built this amazing culture around adventure and just helping each other out. But all that success leaves us with this one big, fascinating question. As the big money and the Pro Tour attention starts pouring in, can it hang on to that unique, adventurous spirit that made everyone fall in love with it in the first place? That's the real challenge it's facing as it pedals into the future.